It's reasonable to presume that intercultural couples have to manage more semantic differences than monocultural couples. An example, Victoria and Alfonso, and it is an example of how it can be difficult to compose different semantic words in an intercultural couple, and how many misunderstandings the semantic gap can create. Victoria, and we are speaking about European people, this is a problem. Victoria is a young Finnish woman of 27, whereas Alfonso is an Italian boy of 22. And they asked for therapy for her depression, for Victoria's depression. They had been living together for 3 years, and after 1 year she became depressed. The semantic words are absolutely different. Victoria described herself, Alfonso, their relationship through what we call the semantic of belonging. For her, it is vital to be together in an all-inclusive relationship with her partner. The loving relation ought to come first for both. Only in such a relationship, Victoria can experience the feeling of belonging so important for her. She talks several times during the consultation about her and Alfonso as a family, and she is his girlfriend, emphasizing the obligation that this position involves for the partner. And she is deeply disappointed because she feels rejected. She described herself as alone, ignored, misunderstood, abandoned, and by Alfonso, and also by Alfonso Italian family. They nicknamed them the bold and beautiful, the Italian family, the Alfonso Italian family. Whereas she described Alfonso at the center of her emotional world, beloved and welcomed by her, but also by bold and beautiful. He is, in her perspective, at the center. Alfonso described himself, Victoria, his family, in a completely different semantic, where the dominant emotions are fear and courage, and this emotion fueled freedom, the two polarities, freedom, independence, and exploration, attachment. His narrated story sees him committed to defend his freedom and independence tooth and nails against his family, this bold and beautiful, and this in his perspective is one reason to escape from them, and also Victoria, where he feels suffocated. Also, he is really disappointed because he was attracted by Victoria's independence, by her ability to manage by herself. But now she has become dependent on their relationship and made him feel trapped and scared by her strong emotions. rage, she was full of rage. Her despair or her rage frightens him and makes feel fragile and weak, the worst thing in the semantic of freedom. It is interesting also to observe that Victoria is partially able to enter in his world of meaning, whereas Alfonso is not able to enter hers. I don't know if it is a problem of female and male. This is a complex problem that we will explore in our research. So, the two semantic worlds remain distant and the couple entangled in a lot of misunderstanding. But it was experience with Alfonso's family and Italian culture that sent Victoria into depression. It was during her first visit to the Bold and Beautiful that she developed the perception of herself as unworthy, of indignity for some aspect. During this visit, she realized that Alfonso, for his family, for his friends, and for Italian culture, it's still a child. It's a child, is a runaway child from home, kept in the Scandinavian eyes since a sexual seduction of a woman older than him. They have 5 years of differences. Victoria sees herself as a child snatcher. He stole a child from his mother, from his family, so she perceives herself as unworthy. And there is a feeling of indignity, and there is nothing worth in the semantic of belonging, where belonging is important, but dignity is also more important than belonging. This case, I mention it because highlights the link between meaning and culture. And if someone is interested in going deeper, you can find it because it was published, we wrote with Lisa, a chapter in a book just published by Springer and edited by Maria Borscia and Peter Robert. Alfonso and Victoria are both European. Of course, there are some important deep differences between Italy and Finland. For example, about the right age to leave home or to get married. In Italy, 18-20-year-old males are children. In need are children. And yes, in need of the guidance of their family, and staying in the parents' home until 35 years old is quite normal. I have in therapy a boy, I use of 48 years old with his parents of 80s, but he is a boy and not with some problem. He is absolutely an attractive man with a degree in economics and so on. But this is the situation. In Finland, this is Italian situation. In Finland, it's quite normal to leave home in your 20s, and young people often live together, or even, I am Italian, and get married when they are students. Absolutely impossible. Absolutely. What happens when a partner is, but they are, in many cases, they are, these two young, are European. What happens when a partner is Western and the other is African, Indian, Latin American about semantics? Our study deals with these very cultural distant couples. The participant will be monocultural, intercultural couples where the non-Western partner have been living in the West for at least 10 years, not at any first immigration in any case. Our study is mainly explorative because this variable is new in the landscape of family therapy. So we will explore some simple, obvious questions like is the semantic cohesion lower in intercultural couples than in monocultural couples? But other questions are more intriguing and the result less predictable. For example, are the difference found between monocultural and intercultural couples regards only the narrated story, verbal by words, or also about lived story, non-verbal story showed during the interaction? And is the non-Western partner more able to enter in their partner semantic than Western one? When intercultural couples develop a good level of semantic cohesion, it happens thanks to a sort of assimilation in which the non-Western partner obscure their original meanings. Okay, another important question is, I like this question, are intercultural couples immune of the risk of developing a too high level of semantic coherence? In my clinical practice, this is about this question emerged from my clinical practice. And in my clinical practice, I realized how dangerous it is for the couple sharing the same semantic. And I had, in my experience, many couples, some couples, where the sharing of the same semantic was strong. They understand each other very, very well, and it is just this that paradoxically lead them into trouble. Why? In understanding each so well, there is no conflict because they recognize each other reasons, and in the end they accept them. These two shared semantic become too dominant, and in the end the life together become a nightmare. Yes, I have many examples. It's too late, yes. But I have many examples. I don't force you, but they are very, I would like to write about them because they are an amusement. The curious things, only this word, the curious thing is that they often don't even realize the reason of their unhappiness. Thank you very much.